Good evening. Happy Friday. If you're seeing my face, you know exactly what day and what time it is, especially when you see that color behind me. Well, the main color, the big color, blue there. It is time for our Honey Night SmackDown watch, longest part of women's wrestling talk. And we got a lot going on. The queen is already out and about. We have a showdown between her and Liv Morgan ahead of Crown Jewel, as well as Cody Rhodes with Randy Orton versus Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser, and a fatal four-way for the ladies, which is going to be an epic night. All this and more coming up next, y'all. Welcome to Friday night, Honey Night
10,
SmackDown.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
What is up? Happy Friday, beautiful people. It is your girl Wrestling with Honey here with Women's Wrestling Talk for our Honey Night SmackDown watch along. And of course, you know, Women's Wrestling Talk is the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. And I'm your hostess with the mostest for the next 2 hours this evening. And it is going to be a wild ride. We are at the Go Home show just before the Crown Jewel PLE taking place in Saudi Arabia. And so much has been happening. So much has already been happening, even when we were live during our Women's Wrestling Talk live, our WWT live show. So much breaking news. Baron Corbin no longer with WWE, Indi Hartwell, as well as Tegan Knox, and we wish them all the best going forward here from Women's Wrestling Talk. And yeah, man, there's a lot going on tonight. We got some good stuff happening. We also have the Crown Jewel PLE happening tomorrow. We have Crown Jewel championships that are going to be on the line. We have titles on the line, tag team titles. The women's division is kicking up. And right now we're kicking off the show with Queen Nia. And can I just say, Queen Nia, you look absolutely fabulous. You, girl, the hair is laid, the outfit is sitting. And we also have Liv Morgan out with Raquel Rodriguez and Dirty Dom Mysterio. And of course, all was interrupted by the Princess Money in the Bank, Miss Tiffy Time. Ooh, Liv got some spicy words there. Unlike Nia, she has people around her that she can trust, because Tiffy is making some bold statements tonight saying, I could cash in on you too. Now explain that, Sir Councilman. He knows what I'm talking about. Shout outs to the councilman. Shout outs to Mayor Said. Shout outs to Courtney and the professor as well, and the boss lady, and all here at WWT Live. Hope everybody's doing well. Sending best wishes to everybody. And congratulations to the professor. He is going to be doing commentary work. You're going to hear his voice in the movie that's going to be debuting that we talked about earlier on WWT Live. We talked about it. Is Haku is going to be there. Glacier is going to be in that film. A lot of other legends, Larry Zbysko, and all kinds of others. But they're doing a movie called The Unbreakable Bunch, and it's going to be a whole cast of former WCW superstars and going at it against aliens, which should be quite interesting. So if that's your cup of tea, you might want to check that out. But of course, we know here Women's Wrestling Talk Bonafide is always our cup of tea. So we're going to make sure that we definitely take a sip of what's going on with that film. And shout out to everybody already in the chat. Thank you guys for joining. Bobby, Dad, good to see you guys. Appreciate you, everybody. And yeah, we're kicking this off just exactly as I expected. Nia Jax and Liv Morgan already getting to a very heated debate. Tiffy Time also stepping up to the plate as well. Not sure what to expect from this match, but one thing I do expect from this match is for my queen to come out on top. I definitely have the pick for Nia. If you guys tuned into WWT Live earlier, we made our picks for the matches, for the card for tomorrow, as well as for things we were looking forward to tonight. But I think you guys know what I'm looking forward to tonight. I'm looking very much forward to acknowledging our tribal chief for another wonderful Friday And I cannot wait till we get to that part of the story. But before we do, we just got to make sure we get comfortable, get our snacks, get our beverages, and become acquainted with your seats and get comfortable and hang with me for the next 2 hours and talk all that good wrestling ish that I love to talk. Courtney, my WWT sisters here. Friday night means Honey Night SmackDown, and Tiffy had some savage words for Liv. Sure did. Sure did. And not for nothing. And we've been talking about it extensively here at WWT. The women have absolutely been killing it. No pun intended due to the Halloween reference, of course. But yeah, the women have pretty much been elevating a lot of what has been shown on TV, as well as what's been going on behind the scenes, because they're just absolutely running it. Cindy, good to see you. Tonight's gonna be insane. You're gonna love it. I know that there's lots of spoilers ahead because this is a pre-taped SmackDown. But I'm excited. I'm very excited. I purposely didn't do any honey pot predictions today, because usually when I do these around the time when they're in Saudi Arabia or if they're in Australia or something like that, the SmackDown beforehand is usually pre-taped and a lot of people usually already know the spoilers. I personally don't. I'm not a fan of spoilers. So I would prefer to not be spoiled by anything, because I wouldn't want to spoil anything for anybody else. So, but when it comes, especially when it comes to wrestling matches, but I think that I definitely think that it definitely would have made more sense for me not to do the honey pot predictions, because it's like I'm giving you guys information that's already people know. Some people may know, because some people might have seen the spoilers from the pre-taped SmackDown. I personally have not. So anytime something says a spoiler warning on socials, I believe it, and you should too, because ain't nothing sacred in this world anymore, and it's terrible. Jeffrey, good to see you, buddy. What's good? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten like so pissed because I accidentally opened up my message to a wrestling chat or a wrestling conversation, or one of my friends that I've had conversations with, and it's a wrestling spoiler, or my siblings, and I'm just like, shh, I didn't see it. Stop it. Get away. So I just don't even look. I just don't even look. And here we go, back to the action. And we got Liv and Tiffy time, which was made official during the commercial break. They are going one-on-one. Raquel Rodriguez and Dirty Dom are still outside. And Nia Jax is in the corner of Tiffy. Liv Morgan rocking the Latino cheat shirt is wild to me. That's so great. It's so great. Oh, goodness gracious. So, being that everybody loves to anticipate breakups, when do you guys think this Liv and Dom breakup is happening? And who's breaking up with who? How would you book it? I'm just gonna stir the pot and start there for the night. That's a good talking point. Patsy, always good to see you. Thank you for your acknowledgement as always. Jeffrey says it's good to see Tiffy stand up for herself. Cindy says Nia Jax and Raquel, please crash out. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. In the future. Tiffy with a nice power bomb there to Miss Liv Morgan and a kick out. You got the Princess Money in the Bank. Princess Tiffy. Tiffy in the Bank going against the women's champion, Liv Morgan. Now, this doesn't bode well for Liv Morgan, being that she has a match tomorrow as well. Although this is pre-taped. Tiffy be selling. Tiffany Stratton sells so greatly. Look at Nia. Nia's hair is laid for the gods to... My God. Little stomp there by Tiffy. Oh, Nia Jax, her, her briefcase, and she went for the swing, but nope, she missed it. 1, 2, Liv with the win, and she held on to the trunks. Simple, to the point, and classic. All the more reasons to make you hate her. To continue to make you hate her. And she just whacked Tiffy in the face with her own briefcase. Oh, she tried to go for it with Nia, not happening. And you know you can't not resist the pain of a Samoan headbutt. She's just whipping Dom, whipping Raquel. Here comes the Annihilator. Mm-hmm. Good for you, Nia. And good luck cashing in on anything Tiffy time. But Tiffy could take advantage if Liv Morgan's laid out like that. Is this a taste of things to come? Who knows? Courtney says Liv is going to backstab him before the end of this year, and it's all in her revenge tour plan. Bobby says Liv Morgan turned on Dominic Mysterio before this year is over. Okay. Dad says Liv, I believe, will turn on Dom. I think Dom is still part of Liv's revenge tour. The second or third person to say that. Cindy says, Courtney, I can't wait because we literally saw her taking off her acting face when Dom told her to leave him alone. And he's too dumb to know he's getting played, and he's going to deserve every second. All right. Well, tell me how y'all really feel tonight. But yeah, I would think that Liv would probably be the one. But I wouldn't put it past Dirty Dom. I wouldn't put nothing past that kid. He's capable of anything, including backstabbing Liv. But it makes sense for it to be Liv, though. Now we're recapping the events from last week, which started the show. We had Triple H and Randy Orton. Randy Orton begging for the match against Kevin Owens at Crown Jewel, and he got what he wanted. But Triple H ended it with saying, "This time, I hope you protect yourself at all times." Not sure what that means. And there he is, Mr. Kevin Owens. Hey, Cliff, good to see you. Thanks for joining. Kevin Owens taking it to a dark place where he doesn't want to take it. It's like Kevin's the psycho killer version of Ciampa. This is psycho killer Kevin. He said, "I'm going to hurt you like you hurt me, and it's all your fault." Cindy said, "Dom turned heel as a heel. Truly superb storytelling. Back when the feud was still interesting for me." Bobby says, "Hope you're having a great day." Thank you, Bobby. I hope you are too. I am having a great day. Very busy day. Very, very busy, but good nonetheless. Up, we got the Street Profits. Street Profits and B-Fab. And she looks like she's in some wrestling gear as well. But she's usually not dressed for wrestling gear. Are there Their outfits are giving me Flintstones or Tony the Tiger. Going against Pretty Deadly. This is going to be good. This is definitely going to be good. Street Profits up next versus Pretty Deadly. I'm here for it. And don't forget, next week, Wednesday, NXT goes to ECW Town. It's going down in Philly. 2300 Arena. NXT. Need I say more? We know that RVD is going to be there. Who else? Lord knows who else is going to be there. We got Bubba Ray Dudley going to be there. And some really good matchups so far booked for that. And rivalries that could lead to some really good matches for that night. So I can't wait for next week. Courtney says insert Psycho Killer by Talking Heads. Alexa, play this. Jeffrey says Chaos sounds defeated. And if you see the So my actual Alexa actually talked to me. That's pretty funny. Jeffrey says KO sounds defeated. If you've seen the kickoff, I have not seen the kickoff. I've seen clips of it. I didn't see it in full, but I will definitely be catching up on that later. Of course, y'all got to deal with me first for the next almost hour and a half. Just like that, it's 8:30. Time flies when you're having fun, guys. As y'all already know. The kickoff show, he interrupted Randy and was acting unhinged. Like I said, this is Psycho Killer Kevin. Cindy says this is French NXT champ Kevin Owens talking about taking out Cena and stomping on his US title. Seriously. Seriously. Oh, thank you, Bobby. That's so sweet. Hello, Diane. Hope y'all are doing good. Jeffrey says Francine. Oh, yes, of course. Francine and Dawn Marie are going to be there. It's going to get wild, y'all. As if shit hasn't been wild enough. How about last Friday? Have y'all still recovered from last Friday? Because I haven't. I'm still tired. There's so much wrestling to absorb, so much content to consume. It's almost exhausting, but it's so worth it. But I still haven't recovered emotionally from what happened last week with Jimmy and Jay. Can't wait to see what transpires tonight. Which y'all already know. My tribal chief will be in the building tonight. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait. If you guys saw on my socials for Halloween, I was the tribal chief. Literally the tribal chief. Mm, 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 mm. Cindy says Kevin crashing out after the double betrayal is incredible writing because you can't blame him, and the acting is incredible every time. Oh yeah, he's gonna. If Kevin Owens is always one of those that you can rely on. Number one, in the ring to keep you safe, and two, a few things. Two, to give you a good show and a good story, and three, he's definitely gonna put 100% into everything he does, including the acting and how he has to be as his character, and it doesn't take much for him to be that, because that I feel like that's him, like in real life. He's a man that's a madman who's out to get people who feel entitled or for people who've hurt him. You know what I mean? And he's just now he's on the defense. He's down. He's back to that, that DTA phase, that don't trust anybody Stone Cold phase. So yes, boy. And here they come, the pretty ones. Pretty Deadly. What is that? The musical. Pretty Deadly, the musical. I cannot deal. They have literally have posters and flyers for their musical. I can't wait to see what this musical entails. You guys remember the fashion police, the fashion files with Fandango and Tyler Breeze? Hysterical. Probably one of my favorite like one of my favorite moments with them. And Lin Manuel Miranda's in there as well. And they're giving him the flyers for their musical. In case y'all been living under rock, Lin Manuel Miranda is the man who directed Hamilton, the man behind Hamilton, everything Hamilton. But oh snap, they're not getting the call back. Unfortunately, they did not pass the audition. I can't deal with these two. Oh, they were about to go for their poses, but instead decided to go for the attack while Montez Ford and Dawkins were not looking. Alrighty, well, we got Kit and Montez Ford in the ring starting it off. This is going to be a wonderfully elevated tag team division, considering now we know we have the new tag team champions. You still have the team of Bloodline. You have Jimmy and Jey Uso back. You got the Street Profits. You have Pretty Deadly. You have DIY. Like, what world are we living in right now, guys? It's amazing. Prince taking a little too time to gloat. Pinky's out. I'm so here for that. Oh yes, Bobby. We definitely get to see Lola Vice going against Jada Parker. I'm sure there's lots of people looking forward to that match. I definitely know that the mayor is. Bobby also says it's nice to see the Motor City Machine Guns as tag team champions in WWE. Who would you like to be the first challenge for them? Run it back to DIY. I mean, I know they were the ones who lost the contendership, but I feel like because they were so close, they definitely deserve at least another one-on-one tag team match again. 2-on-2, excuse me. But yeah, I want them to run it back with DIY. I wouldn't mind that. Dad says, I miss being your right hand man on your podcast a couple of weeks ago. I'd love to do it again. Of course. We're definitely going to have to set that up. I talked to Boss Lady about making you part of the team. Get you some merch, get you right, Bobby says he would like to see Street Profits or Pretty Deadly against Motor City Machine Guns. Those are good choices. Courtney says this is going to be a fun match and I'm happy to see more tag team wrestling. I'm actually intrigued with the musical and oh my God, the Fashion Police. Yes, back in the day. Hi, honey, I'm home again. Mr. Opinionated. Knock, knock. Look who's there. Good to see you, buddy. Cindy says, I'm just saying you could have a 6-man tag match with all 3 champions, the Hardy Boys at Survivor Series or something. Listen, a Worlds Collide or Promotions Collide or whatever the hell you want to call it. Listen. But then again, those are the TNA tag team champions, and TNA is already affiliated and in a partnership with WWE through NXT. So that could still be a possibility. I like the way you think, sister. I like the way you think. Yes, Mr. Opinionated, I did see that. We lost Baron Corbin, Tegan Knox, and Indi Hartwell. Unfortunately, they have departed ways with WWE. And like I said earlier, we wish them all the best. All 3 were amazing athletes and in my opinion, barely reached their cusp of their prime. Baron Corbin has had a long tenure with WWE, but I feel like he definitely could have done, he could do so much more and has so much more to offer. But he's had a lot of great moments with WWE. King of the Ring, Money in the Bank, from being able to reinvent himself, Constable Corbin, Commissioner Corbin, King Corbin, bum ass Corbin, happy Corbin, like, you know, and to be a wolf dog and a tag team champion in NXT, former North American champion. Can't be mad at that. And yeah, no, I did see that. I caught that on my peripheral vision. That body slam was nasty. Go off, B Fab. A lot. There's been a lot of people saying that B Fab's growth in the ring has gotten really, really good. So I'm totally here for her being in the ring finally. Yeah, my poor Tiffy got a welt, huh? She has a hell of a bump on her head. Holy shit. Oh, Naomi. She said to Nia, keep that warm for me. I'm here for that. But that, what a welt on Tiffy's head. My God. Bobby, I like that. WWE versus TNA. That would be cool. Cindy says, Indi Hartwell responded with what a little while ago on Twitter in regards to what her being released. Because I thought I saw a tweet that said, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened." Mr. Opinionated says, "I would like to see Corbin on the Indies like Mustafa Ali." I could see that. I could see that. Corbin definitely has enough experience under his belt to be able to handle being that lone wolf, because he's never been anywhere else other than in the WWE umbrella, you know. So this is definitely going to be a really new experience for him. I know he's also been he's taken a liking to chefing it up, and he wants he's a chef, and he cooks a lot on his socials. He's making some bomb steak on there that I'm gonna have to freaking try to make myself, but I want it the way he makes it. Dad says, when was the last time Pretty Deadly won a match? Won a match? Don't know, but this is good for them. But well, no, not what. Well, this isn't good for them. They lost the match. Street Profits came out on top tonight, but can't think of the last time they won a match. Yes, she does. Naomi wants that title, and she's definitely gonna get it soon. Which matches would you like to see happen between TNA and WWE? Give me Nick Nemeth. Give me Nick Nemeth versus Ilya Dragunov. And you said in WWE. I know he's injured and he's out right now, but Nick Nemeth and Ilya Dragunov. I know that's so random, but hey, you asked. Cindy says, I'll never forget that hilarious Money in the Bank when Asuka screwed him out of the men's briefcase. Listen, like I said, some unforgettable moments. Bobby says, what if Corbin does Bloodsport with Josh Barnett? That would be a good look for him. I think that would be more up his alley. I know he dabbles with UFC as well, and, you know, highly competitive sports. Courtney has one. Nick Nemeth versus Finn Balor. Ooh, I like that one. I definitely like that one. Or what about Moose versus Gunther, or Mustafa Ali versus Gunther? Mustafa Ali versus Cody Rhodes. And here she comes. To bring the glow, Naomi is in the house. And out comes her partner, Bayley. We know these girls have been affiliated each other for quite some time and have had quite the history and come up together in the business. So this is a strong team right here. This team right here is not to be underestimated. Having a little bit of fun there. I just love how far our NXT veterans have come. You know what I'm saying? Like even Mercedes. Like just to see them in their like boss era or their like Super Saiyan mode era, you know what I mean? Like to see them fully flourish into being themselves and the superstars they were meant to be. It makes me really happy to see. It makes me really happy. Up. That's right. So this is a pre-taped SmackDown. This means this was Indi's last match on TV because here she is coming out with Candice LeRae, and she was just released earlier today. Moose versus Cody, says Mr. Opinionated. That's a good one. Great question, by the way. Bobby says a lot here. Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy versus DIY. So the Hardys versus DIY. Jordan Grace versus Bianca Belair. Mike Bailey versus Cedric Alexander. And Spitfire Jody Threat and Danny Luna versus Lash Legend and Dakara Jackson. I see you, Bobby. I like that. I really, really like that. That Hardy Boys and DIY. Ooh. Jordan Grace and Bianca. Whew. I'm tired just thinking about it. But here we go. Bell has rung. Indi Hartwell and Bayley are kicking it off in this tag team matchup we have here for the ladies going down. Which means if they got rid of Indi Hartwell and they didn't get rid of Candice LeRae, they have big plans for Mrs. Wrestling, I think, really soon. Because the fact that she got the pin a couple weeks ago on Nia is crazy to say. Yeah, Jeffrey. It is crazy. Seeing Indi Hartwell and now finding out about the unfortunate news that she left is pretty wild to me. Nick Nemeth versus Grayson Waller. That's a good one. Mackenzie, thank you for joining us. Says, where is Blair Davenport and why isn't she being pushed into a storyline program? I don't know where she went. She was aligned with Unholy Union. And then Unholy Union hasn't been seen in quite some time either. So I'm wondering, are they repackaging them? Or did something not work out? Because they haven't been on TV in quite some time. And Blair Davenport, much longer than Unholy Union. But that's a little odd. Our producer from the future, the real DM hunk, Dylan Matthews, in the house with the hashtag thank you, Indi Hartwell. Indeed. Thank you to Indi Hartwell for some awesome, unforgettable moments on NXT, including when she won the women's title. And as she said, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Bobby says, I missed the tag team of Indi Hartwell and Candice LeRae already. It has the potential, but Candice LeRae has potential as a singles wrestler on the main roster. Yes, she absolutely does. She's Mrs. Wrestling. You don't get the name Mrs. Wrestling like that for nothing. Courtney says, I'm sad about Indi, but excited to see the Poison Pixie get her spotlight and possibly alongside Mr. Johnny Wrestling. And Dylan thinks that she'll be back at some point. They did love her in NXT. Absolutely. But it's just about, how much, like what kind of position will she be in now and how would she fit in this women's division in NXT? Look at all the things that you have stacked up now. You saw what happened on Wednesday. You know what's about to go down this next Wednesday. It's crazy. Yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been nice to get a run for the way on the main roster. If you know, you know. Indie Impact has a nice ring to it. I like that. That's pretty dope. You guys are really clever tonight. I'm feeling this energy tonight. But yes, thank you guys for tuning in to our Honey Night SmackDown watch along. We're already almost an hour into the shenanigans of the evening. We're already kicking off the weekend for Crown Jewel. Nia Jax and Liv Morgan had an exchange earlier tonight along with Tiffy. Tiffy, which led to a one-on-one match between Tiffy and Liv Morgan. And Liv Morgan came out on top. We also had Pretty Deadly versus Street Profits, and the Street Profits came out on top with their tag team match as well. And now here we have Naomi and Bayley going at it with excuse me. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Candice LeRae and Indi Hartwell. I don't know why I lost my train of thought. I'm like, wait a minute. I forgot to finish a sentence. But yes, Naomi and Bayley teaming up together to go against Candice LeRae and Indi Hartwell. And what we wouldn't know, or they probably didn't know either, that this would be Indi Hartwell's last match with WWE before she was released today. I feel like there could have been so much that they could have worked in for Indi Hartwell. Bobby has a good fact here. The Unholy Union, Alba Fire, and Ela Dawn have not been on Raw since October 7th. That's quite some time. It's going on a month, basically. Mr. Opinionated says Indi Hartwell is not new to the Indies. She did some time on the circuit. Paul Brown, good day from Adelaide, Australia. Pleasure, sir. Thank you for joining us. Ela Dawn was also released. What? Is that like breaking news? Hold on, let me look this up. I don't see any recent news of Isla Dawn being released, but if you could find me that link, let me know, Mr. Opinionated. Candice LeRae is jealous of Bayley. Chris LeClaire, elaborate. Do explain. Mackenzie Malord says we need some heel turn and some face turn to get some new storylines and rivalries going. Well, I think that's where Crown Jewel comes in. Is going to lead the Crown Jewel. I feel like is the plot twist before we get to Survivor Series. Because once we get to Survivor Series, it's time for war. It's war games, and it's going to be on and popping. Candice and LeRae. Candice and LeRae. Candice, LeRae, and Naomi having a pretty crazy exchange here, going back and forth. Bayley with the tag, trying to get in the ring, and Candice LeRae is not letting up on these two. Shout outs to Candice LeRae holding her own in this match here too. Though she had some assistance in the beginning, but I don't see Indi Hartwell anywhere. I think she's indisposed at the moment. Uh-oh. There's a little collision there with Bayley. Knocked Naomi over the apron there. Bayley to belly on Indi Hartwell. Candice LeRae, little lion moonsault there, little lion salt. Oh, wait. She's not even the legal woman in the match. And there goes the rear view vision. Naomi with the win. Bayley and Naomi have defeated the Way. Corey Graves says he's going to complain about the officiating. Oh yeah, here we go. Bloodline saga. Let's go. Let's get into the real oozy juicy. Deron, thank you for joining us. He says, hey, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? We're having a wonderful night here for our Honey Night SmackDown watch along. And we are reviewing the events from this past Monday and last week, where Jey Uso cost the tag team titles. Because not for nothing, that's the man you got to thank for the Motor City Machine Guns being champions right now. I can't wait to see where this goes, guys. This night had me thrown for a loop last week, man. Last week we were losing our minds here for Honey Night SmackDown. When the Uso brothers hugged, it's a wrap. OTC gonna be there. Yes, he is. We are waiting very impatiently, I might add. Very, very impatient. I just can't wait to acknowledge my tribal chief. That's all. Bobby says, I could see Indi Hartwell go to World Series Wrestling in Australia. It's a wrestling company in Australia, and their current women's championship is Ash by Elegance. Interesting. Daron says, I strongly agree with Corey Graves big time on the officiating on the match against Naomi and Bayley versus The Way. I'm going to miss Indi Hartwell big time. Bobby acknowledges Roman Reigns. When Roman Reigns comes on that screen, I need to see ones in this chat. I need to see all the ones and bloodline emojis. Oh yeah, it's coming up next, y'all. It's coming up next. So let me see your ones. Put them up. Christy Wilson, thank you for joining us, hun. It says, I hope that Indi lands on her feet with TNA. Yeah, I think Indi has a lot of time. She has a lot more time and a lot more to offer. And I feel like no matter where she goes, she's gonna be able to land comfortably in a space where she knows that she can work well with others and work well. Um, and people know her now. I mean, people even knew her because she was on the indie circuit for quite some time before she went to WWE. But they could build her. You could build something around her. I feel like you can. Indi Hartwell has a lot of potential. Her NXT run her NXT run and her title run especially didn't say enough. It wasn't even close. But we wish her all the best of luck. Cannot wait to see what happens next with this Bloodline story. It's coming into our second hour of Honey Night SmackDown. We are 10 minutes to 9. And you know what? Since we're doing commercials around here, why don't you guys make sure you check out some merch?
Hey, yo, you. Yeah, you that's watching this. You sitting on the couch staring at the screen not knowing what you want to do like this is an online college. Are you tired of wearing shirts that make you look like an extra stuck in catering? Do you want to step your wrestling swag game up to the next level? Then Women's Wrestling Talk has got you covered. Like literally. Are you for life in pink or black and white? Or maybe you're the EST and people need to respect you accordingly. Want to put some pride in your stride and show off the muscle in your hustle? Then make sure you check out the WWT store. Not now, but right now. Alright? What you waiting for? Head to www.talkpodstore.com and don't make me fight you. Shit.
This episode of Women's Wrestling Talk has been brought to you by All Caribbean Wrestling. Catch the wave. Go to allcaribbeanwrestling.com to check out all the latest pay-per-views or go on the YouTube page at All Caribbean Wrestling. Also, go and check out their socials on Instagram at All Caribbean Wrestling and on X at All Caribbean WR.
Have you heard the news? It's pretty big. I heard from my friend who heard from her friend all the way from the Caribbean. Well, when I heard from my friend, I became super excited. And I think you guys will like it too. WWT now has an official partner and it's All Caribbean Wrestling, the premier promotion across the Caribbean. Go to allcaribbeanwrestling.com to check out all the latest pay-per-views or go on the YouTube page at All Caribbean Wrestling. Also, go and check out their socials on Instagram at All Caribbean Wrestling and on X at All Caribbean WR1.
Can't no man knock me out. I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. The tribal chief is head and shoulders above everybody. This is my show. This is my camera. I run it all.
Better acknowledge your tribal chief. And of course, we always love to acknowledge our amazing sponsors at All Caribbean Wrestling. Just had a successful event in the Bahamas, which Boss Lady and Professor did the commentary for. Shout outs to Kalia Capri and Maserati for being the first Bahamian women to main event the show, and also Kalia Capri for being the first crowned Bahamas women's champion in All Caribbean Wrestling. And also don't forget to check out all things www.talkpod.com, where you can find all that cool merch. You can, purchase some and join the team, support the cause, look like one of us, and make it official, because we are the number one women's wrestling network on the planet. And speaking of number ones, I need to see more ones. I don't see enough ones in this chat. I want to see more and more and more and more ones. Give me more ones, please. More. Here we go. That music is hit. Acknowledge him, everybody. Our tribal chief is now arriving. Oh, yes. I hate that it takes so long for his music to start, because I didn't mind like the first tribal chief, theme music. But this one is after the WrestleMania. Like, I get it. Like, this is truest babyface form tribal chief. And there he is. The OTC. Arriving with Jimmy Uso at his side. One's up. Everybody, one's up for your tribal chief. Yes, I love to see it. Hold up on the ones. Yes, yes. Bobby McKenzie, Dad. Mr. Opinionated. Bloodline symbols. I'm here for it. Yes, love it. Love it. Love the love for our tribal chief. He has arrived. Oh boy. This 6-man tag team matchup is crazy, man. Roman Reigns and Jimmy and Jay versus versus Solo Tamatonga, and Jacob Fatu. Huh. Why do I feel like... I mean, I did pick my original Bloodline to win when we made our picks earlier on WWT Live, but I'm scared now because what if Jacob Fatu gets a pin? And who would he pin? A crown jewel. It's crazy. Oh. My tribal chief's got that aura. Here we go. Can't wait to hear what he has to say tonight. If you really think about it, Roman has barely talked since he's returned to SummerSlam. If y'all really think about it. Woo. OTC, 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 OTC. Come on now. Big Jim and the OTC are now in your city. Yeet. Already. They're already giving yeet. OTC versus Timu TC. That's what that means, right? Timu TC. Uh-oh. What does Jimmy got something to say to Roman? What else? What's he saying? I need you to drop this beef you got with Uso. Talk about Jay Uso. Squash the beef. Squash the beef. Try not to laugh, Roman. Jimmy needs him. And I need you to squash this beef. You need to make up with your cousin, aka our brother. Mm-hmm. And y'all don't want to do that. Y'all don't want to fall to Solo. I definitely don't want that. Who do you guys got for tomorrow night? OTC or Team UTC? Let me know in the chat, y'all. Because I know who I got. I want to know who y'all got. Let me know in the comments. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe this video as well. And share and tell your friends all about it. And oh my God, Jey Uso's coming out. Day one, it's just me, Oos. Day one, it's just me, Oos. Day one, it's hold up, knock him down like this. Hey, yeet, 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 yeet. The crowd goes so crazy for this. And Roman is in utter disbelief right now because he just can't believe how much Oos has grown up in here. Okay. If you want to talk about character development, there's a picture of Jey Uso next to it in the dictionary. You go from right hand man to main event. And not for nothing, he wouldn't be main event Jey Uso without Roman. Just saying. Just like Roman Reigns wouldn't be tribal chief without them. Crowd having a good old time. Roman is a very prideful man, so I can understand why it'd be difficult for him to admit when he's wrong. But you got to squash it. Families fight, man. It happens. But when there's like a greater cause of concern, you need to get your family together and round up the troops because there's a threat to your legacy. Day one is Roman looking at Jey Uso. What a picture. Look at the crowd, yo. Ah. Man, I miss. Oh my God, Courtney, you took the words right out of my mouth. I miss Pat McAfee's entrances for Jay. I really do. For his and Shinsuke's. Roman is looking almost like he can't believe that this is where Jay's at right now. Like, how could you not believe it? Look at your family. Who's day one ish? Line them all up, knock them down like this. The crowd is still saying it. I love that. Yes. Over like easy eggs. And that's my corny joke of the day, y'all. And you're right, Courtney. There wouldn't be any OTC without the wise man, Paul Heyman. Dad says Roman needs to acknowledge Jay. Yes, he does. Let's see what happens now. Squash the beef. They're saying squash the beef.
Let's get one thing clear, Oos. This match, this fight, only took it to get back at Solo. Because he cost me my championship, and he's messing with the family.
The only reason why he took this match is because of Solo. He wants to avenge Solo. Avenge himself for Solo.
Us three, it ain't all the way fixed yet.
This ain't all the way fixed yet.
And if I can be honest with you, Oos, it's taking all I can inside of me to be standing in this ring by you, side by side. Because I remember it. I ain't forget.
Oh, Jey Uso didn't forget.
What you did to me, how you did me.
Yep. I feel you on that, Jay. I feel you.
Emotional damage, Oos.
Emotional damage.
Man, mental damage.
Mental damage. How he betrayed him.
I still showed up. 'Cause that's what family do.
Right. That's what family does. They still show up no matter what. It's crazy, man. Seeing like if you look at a picture of the three of them, like maybe like 4 years ago, this looked so different. Family above all. Mm-hmm. This go around. You're not gonna tell me what to do, how to do it. I'm not your lackey no more. I feel you. I'm not your right hand no more. I'm your equal now. Oh, that's a mouthful right there. They popped for that. They could run things differently. What you got in mind, Jay? He said one instance, no disrespect. If you give me, if you even speak to me or look at me wrong, I'm done and I'm out. He said, and you could act like my cousin and not my tribal chief, and I'll see you tomorrow. What you got, OTC? What you got, OTC? He's got the mic. I love the Jimmy shirt. They not the ones. They not like us. They not like us. OTC. OTC. What is he gonna say? He's like, the suspense is killing me. Talk. Speak. Speak, my tribal chief. Speak. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! He just yeeted. The tribal chief just, he said yeet. That means yes. He said yeet. And no, he didn't say
meat.
yeet. Yeet. The tribal chief just said yeet, y'all. Oh, what are they saying? I don't even know what they're saying. Jimmy got his one up. Oh my goodness. Look at our boys. They're all grown up. Jay got his one up. Oh, they were saying hug it out. Got it. Thanks, Courtney. Put it up, tribal chief. Put it up. Yay! Yay! This makes me so happy. The tribal chief said yeet. And you know what? That's straight up sometimes what needs to be said and happen with families, man. That really does. That shit really does happen with big cousins and little cousins and all this stuff. Like, just because I'm affiliated with this family member or because I'm related to this family member doesn't mean that, I get grandfathered into whatever they did to you and blah, blah, blah. Because everybody's different. Everybody's got their own shit. But you know what? Like Jay Uso said, and I think that's something that we can all relate to. Like as long as you don't treat me with no disrespect no more, I'll come around. I'll be here. I'll show up. But just know that I'm my own person and don't hate on me for it. It happens. It happens in all families. That was a beautiful segment. Beautiful segment. And there are our tag team champions. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, A-Town Down Under. I'm waiting for them to break up already. Not for nothing. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of A-Town Down Under being a thing. Oh, they're going to Miz TV, not the Grayson Waller effect. I see what they did there. Not for nothing. I can't get past the point of people. I can't get past the point of the crowd like singing Jey Uso's music. Like that was pretty dope. That was wild. It might as well have been Cody's theme song. Oh yeah. So we have the Grayson Waller effect happening next week. So wait a minute. How are Motor City Machine Guns going to be on Miz TV when Miz TV apparently Miz got kidnapped? How does that work? But here we have our fatal four-way with our ladies going on, and out to start it off with the entrances, we have Miss IYO SKY accompanied by Kairi Sane. And then we have Bianca Belair, Piper Niven, and Lash Legend. This match of the night. It's probably going to be match of the night. Most likely going to be match of the night. It's going down for the ladies next. And then after that, I'm assuming Cody and Randy versus Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser would be the main event. Therefore, leading maybe to Kevin Owens. Maybe. Because technically the situation is about Cody Rhodes and Gunther. But Kevin Owens is the X factor in that match because Randy Orton is a part of the match with Cody going into the end of the night. Dad says Miz is gonna die. Well, that's a light way of putting it. I don't know about Miz TV. Miz got. That's what R-Truth did say. He said, y'all gonna die. Good luck with the Wyatt Six. Y'all gonna die. And when he slapped him, oh my God, when Truth slapped Miz, that was pretty freaking hysterical. That was so good. Such good shit. And yes, we are now going into the second hour. We're pretty much 10 to 11 minutes in the second hour of our Honey Night SmackDown watch along here with Women's Wrestling Talk. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Wrestling with Honey, and I'll be here up until 10 o'clock for the show for our SmackDown watch along. And shortly after that, I will be doing a quick SmackDown post show and review the events for the evening. And again, we are kicking off the weekend for Crown Jewel. The kickoff press conference was earlier today, and a lot of the superstars are pretty much well on their way into Saudi Arabia. If not, they are there already. And because this SmackDown was pre-taped, so this technically a lot of people saw already. And but we don't do spoilers here, so we're making sure that we don't spoil it for ourselves. Because these days it's hard to stay away from spoilers, considering everything like the internet. Mr. Opinionated says he can't wait for Crown Jewel, the OBL versus the TBL. Yeah, that match is going to be really, really good. I can't wait. Crown Jewel is shaping up to be really, really a really good event. There's 7 matches on the card, which usually there's 5 for these PLEs, but now there's 7 of them. Not bad. So it's going to be a long day, and make sure you guys stay tuned, of course, with Women's Wrestling Talk, because there might be a watch along for Crown Jewel, or even a post show. If not one, maybe the other, or both. Not quite sure yet. but you guys definitely want to stay tuned. Shout outs to everybody in the chat. Shout outs to everybody watching and bringing in your energy here. Please don't be afraid to chit chat and come up with some talking points of the night. What's your favorite part of the night so far? What match are you looking forward to seeing at Crown Jewel tomorrow? Let me know in the comments. Thanks so much, Bobby. Don't forget to tell your friends to like and subscribe and share to the Women's Wrestling Talk as well as the Wrestling with Honey podcast. It's going to be the sweetest new podcast in town, so you might want to tell your friends about it. So now we are back from commercial. We got IYO SKY versus Bianca Belair versus Lash Legend versus Piper Niven. And this match is a fatal 4-way. This is a preview of what is to come for tomorrow night, because tomorrow night we are going to have a fatal 4-way tag team match with the titles on the line. Mr. Opinionated says, you know why there's 7 matches on the card? Because people on X were giving Triple H hell. Elaborate. Tell me more. Why were they giving him hell? Why? For having just five matches per card? Why? That's not necessarily a bad thing. Bobby says, I'm looking forward to watching LA Knight versus Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade and the fatal 4-way match for the Women's Tag Team Championship at Crown Jewel. That triple threat match, I cannot wait for that match to be over so they can finally close the casket on those 3 and their rivalries. Because Andrade and Carmelo Hayes were giving me the best out of 7, and until they ruined it, now I just want this rivalry to be over. Pretty much be over and done with. And we got the big 2 out of 3 heading out to the ring. We always stand on business. Here comes Jade Cargill and the EST, the Women's Tag Team Champions. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, or as I like to call them, the 2 out of 3. We already got Lash Legend in the ring, Piper Niven in the ring. Chelsea Green is by Piper Niven's side, as well as Jakara Jackson for Lash Legend. Because, birds of a feather must flock together. And I am loving the Piper Niven, Wolverine, and Deadpool reference with Chelsea Green. That's so good. Big 2 out of 3, or we could call them the Mega Powers 2.0. I'll take either or, because that's basically what they are. But better. A little better. Oh, she almost whipped Chelsea Green with that hair. Back up, girlfriend. Fatal 4-way rules for the Women's Tag Team Championship tomorrow. Don't forget, it starts at 1 o'clock on Peacock. Most likely ending at 4. All those women in the ring at the same time is going to be absolutely bonkers. And mind you, in this ring, we have 2 former world champions, women's world champions. 2 former women's champions, IYO SKY and Bianca Belair. So this is a big moment for Piper Niven and Lash Legend. Meta Girls. The Meta Girls. They are calling them the Meta Girls. Yes, it's so nice to see Lash Legend on SmackDown. She's had a hell of a couple first weeks there. She's a hard hitter too, this girl. Oh, big mistake, Lash. Mr. Opinionated says Bianca's braid must be at least 5 feet long, and I love long hair. Yeah, her hair is Remember when she like whipped the hell out of Sasha Banks on her ab and just left that mark? Oh my god. The snap on that hair. Crazy. Hey cousin Ron, good to see you. You're Thank you for joining us. Yes, lots of love for the Meta Girls in the chat tonight. Uh-oh, we got Piper Niven and Lash Legend in the ring again. You know something's about to go down. Uh-oh. Lash Legend going for it again, trying to... Oh my goodness, Piper Niven completely scooping up Legend, and she's not having it. She was able to counter. Double clothesline. Both women knock each other out. They pretty much both had the same idea. Here comes Bianca Belair now. There we go, Bianca. Double pin. 1, 2, and IYO SKY just in time to break the pin. That too, when she whipped Becky on Raw. Yep, definitely. Cousin Ron says, I'm going to need Lash and Jakar to go over for fantasy wrestling points. Uh-oh. This is where IYO SKY thrives. About to make some jumps here. I could see we're getting that bodysuit EI back slowly and slowly. Like 1 week at a time. We see bodysuit EO slowly coming to light. She's got like a shorts romper one piece, but it's not the full bodysuit EO. Ooh. Bianca trying to have some hops there, and it didn't work in her favor because Lash Legend and Piper Niven caught her and threw her into the barricade. This does not bode well for the EST of WWE. Who is going to come out on top? Don't know. I just hope that somewhere Asuka is just having a nice relaxing day, hopefully filled with some dancing.
Accompanied to the ring by Dakota Kai and the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, the Kabuki Warriors, representing Damage Control. She is the WWE.
My mood is Asuka sometimes. Bianca went splat. She really did. Mr. Opinionated does fantasy wrestling on Discord. Dope. That's dope. I'm gonna have to check that out. Where can I find it? Let me know. Who we got winning this match, y'all? Who's taking the pin? Who's eating the pin? Who's the pinning who? What's happening? Let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know what you guys think. We still have about 40 more minutes left of our Honey Night SmackDown watch along and the show. I know pretty much we're going to be getting into the main event, which would be Cody and Randy versus Ludwig Kaiser and Gunther, therefore leading us into the craziness of Crown Jewel, which will be transpiring tomorrow on Peacock from Saudi Arabia. Asuka in the pandemic was hilarious on commentary with Cole and Bayley. Good times. Good times. So, guys, I have a question for y'all. Do we see the final boss this weekend? We haven't seen him since Bad Blood. There's been no inkling, no talk about him whatsoever, except for the moment he showed up at Bad Blood, and all of a sudden, nothing. Nothing. Not even so much as a promo. He showed up at Bad Blood, did a little promo afterwards for Bad Blood, and then yelled at Cody Rhodes on a truck and called it a day. Do we see the final boss this weekend, or do we see him after Crown Jewel? I feel like we're getting closer to War Games, and it's about time that he shows up. We're gonna need The Rock coming into this story one way or another, somehow, some way. But you guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If we see Dwayne The Rock Johnson tomorrow or not, or at all this weekend, and your picks for this evening's main event, as well as for the women's event right now. Who we got? Is it going to be IYO? Is it going to be Piper Niven? Is it going to be Lash Legend? Or is it going to be Bianca Belair? Yeah, send the invite in the chat for sure. Dad says he heard no more Rock for this year. Now that would break my heart. Survivor Series, I could see because that's where he debuted. That's a good point, Jeffrey. That's a very, very good point. You highly doubt it, but anything's possible. At this point, who knows? But Survivor Series does sound like a good look. It definitely does sound like something The Rock would do because he did debut at Survivor Series. And we're back to the match, back to the action. Lash Legend and Piper Niven pretty much doing away with IYO SKY and Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair has barely had a chance to get back into the ring since she's been out. Little nasty choke slam there by Lash Legend to IYO SKY, and then Piper Niven with a senton, running senton. Lash Legend trying to come up for the pin. I was gonna say it's every woman for themselves. There's no teams up in here, and y'all. And if anything, y'all are on the wrong team. Then if y'all trying to team up together and gang up on one girl, on one woman, come on now. Oh, Lash Legend with a nasty chop. Come on, Piper. You got to hit her back. Like, come on now. Like, really, chopper. Get to the chopper. Oh, both women aren't going down. I'll give them that. Bianca Belair crossbody from the top rope, and she is back and fired up. There's hope for the EST yet. She is the defending tag team champion, so how would this look if she would lose tonight? This wouldn't look good. Nice little spine buster on Piper Niven. She did that like it was nothing. Is there anything this woman can't do? 4, 5, 6. Oh, she saw Piper coming. Great ring awareness by Bianca Belair, making sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, Piper Niven going for the hair. Come on now. You get disqualified real quick, sweetheart. Working together again with Lash Legend. Bianca on their shoulders. IYO SKY with a double kick. She was able to get Bianca out of trouble, but it didn't do much because they all fell down. IYO SKY is the only one standing and fired up. And she is pumped, rallying for the crowd right now. Come on, women's wrestling. Like, I expect nothing less from these women. Jeffrey says Lash has been getting very comfortable on the main roster lately, her and Jakara. Very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. As they should, though. They've had a lot of experience being leaders of the locker room in NXT. They're going to be in wonderful hands moving into this main roster era for them. Oh, my God. Piper Niven has IYO on her shoulders, and Bianca Belair just pulled them off the rope in the corner. Oh. Bianca with the pin. Nope. Interruption by Lash Legend. Very, very close 3 count there. But Lash Legend looking to take advantage of the situation. And she's hooking Bianca up. Oh my God. And lands it. 1, 2. Chelsea Green interfered in the match. And there goes Jakara Jackson defending her teammate as she should. Kairi Sane going after Jakara Jackson. All the tag teams getting involved now. Oop, try to go for that swinging arm. Jakara didn't have it. Watch out now. There's a storm coming behind you, girl. It's over. Cargill kick. Oh, Lash Legend with a nasty headbutt. She dropped her like nothing. Uh-oh. Lash Legend, that's what you get. Got a little overconfident. Senton by Piper. IYO running back in. Piper catches her. Slams her and running senton to IYO SKY as well. But here comes the EST. Can she stop it? Oh. Oh my goodness. Michinoku driver. What a sell, Bianca. Oh, before Piper could get the hit on EST, Lash Legend kicked Piper in the face. There's so much going on right now with these girls. Uh-oh. Jade and Lash Legend are in the ring and they're facing off. Oh, Kyrie Sane and Jakara Jackson got involved before it could even go down. Damn it. God, that was going to be a beautiful picture. They should have let that sit a little longer. Oh, Bianca Belair from behind on Lash Legend. Looks like she's picking her up, trying to get her for the KOD. Oh my God, Bianca. Wow. Oh, IYO SKY. The moonsault. She got Bianca out the way. 1, 2, 3. IYO SKY got the pin on Lash Legend. Holy shit. Oh, Cynthia, where you at? Because I know you're in here. I know you're in here. Cynthia, I know you're in here. I know this makes you happy for sure. This is so good. Holy crap, IYO SKY. What's with IYO SKY getting the pin on everybody lately? And there was just absolute chaos outside of the ring with the partners. That KOD, ugh, Bianca, girl, ate that. IYO wins. Holy cow. Good for her. Uh-oh. Looks like we got a problem on our hands for the big 2 out of 3. They need to look out. I see Nightmare Boots. There's Cody. Randy keeps looking at that title, y'all. Randy keeps looking at that title. And Randy just made a joke saying there's not going to be much left of Kevin Owens when I'm done with him. So you're going to have to figure out something else when you get to him. And he's like, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Randy looks at the belt and says, I'm sure you'll think of something. So basically, this whole Kevin Owens thing is the distraction because Randy Orton's going to be the one to betray Cody and get the title or try to go for the title. Listen, if we go into 2025 with Randy Orton beating Cody Rhodes, I wonder how the Cody Crybabies would feel about a legend killer and legend himself dethroning their American Nightmare. I'm just curious to know what that would look like. I would feel good about it. I wouldn't be mad at it. If there's anybody worthy of beating Cody for a title, for his title, it would be someone like Randy, who was his former mentor. And it just so happens that Cody's brother, Dustin Rhodes, is also a free agent. I saw that as well in recent news. So this is going to be a lovely family affair, I think. I see that happening by WrestleMania. Yeah. Cody, Randy, I think Randy's probably one of the very few names that can actually beat Cody for a belt and dethrone him. I feel very strongly about that. Yeah. If your name is not Roman, Cena, Randy, or even Gunther, you got no business dethroning Cody. But those 5 names I just mentioned, they could. if they decide to go that route, because we still don't know really know what kind of reign Cody's really having, you know? Like, yeah, he's facing people on the roster. He's a defending champ. I give him that, of course. I'm not negating anything he's done. But I'm just saying, what would Cody without a title look like right now? Does he really even need the title anymore? He worked so hard to finish that story. He won the title that his father never won, or got screwed out of. And why not? I mean, somebody like Randy could be Cody. Somebody like Gunther could be Cody, or even Jey Uso. Like, if you're not in any of those kinds of that kind of caliber, you have no business going against Cody. You got to bring it. Or they might just go a totally different route. I'm just talking gibberish. Like, I'm just thinking and talking as I'm going, but it's very interesting to see, like, where does Cody's reign go from here? Even after this Roman and this Kevin Owens and Randy Orton thing, after all that subsides, is it back to the bloodline? John Cena is also coming back in January. He's starting his retirement tour next year. There's a lot of potential to be said for the next competitors for Cody, because I'm thinking far ahead. And I'm thinking about, him being dethroned and how would they do it? And if you ask me, Cody would be the one to want to take a pin for Randy and help him get to that number 15 title. I feel like Cody would do that. Cody's one of the most selfless champions I've ever seen, and selfless superstars I've ever heard and seen and had the pleasure of witnessing. Like, he would rather lose the belt putting someone over. And what big way to do that to someone who's mentored you in this business from the very beginning. Who's to say that he wouldn't do that for Randy? You guys let me know what you think. Mr. Opinionated says he had a better run as TNT champion AEW when they first started, but the WWE run is boring. I wouldn't call it fully boring. I'd say it's a little lackey for my taste, but you know what? It's what the Cody Crybabies wanted. It's what they wanted. We're amping up the triple threat match between Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, and Mr. LA Knight, the megastar. Who's coming out on top for that match? Who do you guys got? Oh, of course. You can't have a SmackDown without hearing from Solo. He said, why am I a bad guy? Because I found a family that loves me and would hold me down and didn't let me down. I'm not the bad guy. I'm the tribal chief. Not my tribal chief, you ain't. Said you will respect them and you will acknowledge me. Timu Bloodline. This is how we acknowledge the Timu Bloodline. So let me see a bunch of pointing down emojis, because we don't acknowledge Solo as our tribal chief, except Jeffrey. Courtney says, I don't think his run is boring. It just needs some legit storyline. And I did enjoy the one with AJ, but ended too soon. I agree. I agree with the AJ part as well. Mr. Up Mag Manga, thank you so much. Says, say hello to the bad guy. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for joining us for this main event for our Honey Night SmackDown watch along with Women's Wrestling Talk. Mr. Opinionated here says, I really wanted to see Roman still WWE champ and keep breaking the records. Listen, who you telling? You're speaking to I might as well be a second advocate for this tribal chief for Roman Reigns, okay? I might as well be the second advocate. I've been rooting for Roman Reigns to not let Cody finish that story before the story even got finished, before The Rock even came into the picture. Like, ugh, good lord. Dad with his own acknowledgement for Solo, which is very Stone Cold Steve Austin of you. Oh man. And we are finally getting into our main event, guys. Gunther is on his way to the ring with Ludwig Kaiser. And we have Cody Rhodes with Randy Orton teaming up together to go against them. Let me know who you guys pick to win this match. And thank you so much for joining me. We have 20 minutes left, but please stick around. Don't go away from your computer or your phone or your tablet too fast, because we are going to have a quick post show after our Honey Night SmackDown watch along, just to cover all the events of the night. And yeah. Don't forget, we also have Crown Jewel tomorrow. We might have a watch along or a post show. Not sure which one. Just stay tuned and make sure you hit the alarm on those notification buttons, so that way you can always know when we are live or when we're having content dropping or anything like that. So make sure you guys tune in to all things WWE Talk Pod, all things Women's Wrestling Talk on all the socials, and stay tuned for any upcoming things that we have going on. I know we got some interviews coming up, got some watch alongs coming up. Yeah, lots of cool things happening on the forefront for WWT. I miss Sam announcing Ludwig's name. Listen, I miss Sam and Samantha announcing, period. And of course, you guys know we are on our way to Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel will be taking place tomorrow on Peacock in Saudi Arabia. So make sure you guys check that out. I also keep forgetting Rampage is on today for AEW. Who we got? Do we have Ludwig Kaiser and Gunther, or Randy Orton and Cody? Who's winning? Who's losing? How is it going to happen? Is Kevin going to get involved? I have a feeling. You know what? I feel like it makes sense for Kevin to get involved. He needs to show his face. He hasn't shown his face live in quite some time. So I think that's what's going to happen. Maybe Randy and Cody will still win, but Kevin Owens is definitely going to come out and do something, because we got to see some aftermath or some preview of what's to come between him and Randy Orton. We know that's not going to be a pretty match. It's not going to be a pretty match. This is Kevin Owens with nothing to lose, no one to trust, no one that he cares about anymore. So I can't really say that I blame Kevin Owens. Courtney says, yep, there's Rampage on tonight. Usually has some good matches. I normally DVR it and watch it the next day. Cousin Ron says, I think something janky happens with Cody Rhodes and Randy. Jeffrey says he thinks it's going to end in a disqualification. Interesting points here. Cousin Ron says, Somebody help me out because I didn't write it down. What was the name of the movie Professor makes his debut in? It's called, hold on, The Unbreakable Bunch, I think. Let me just look it up really quick. I have it right here. Hold on. Yeah, The Unbreakable Bunch. That's what it's called, Cousin Ron. Make sure you guys tune in to that as well. The movie's released, and it's Professor's first movie, which is amazing. And he did commentary work for it, not realizing that it was for this project, this very project that is debuting. It has a lot of former WCW superstars, Glacier, also King Haku, Zabisco, and a few, just to name a few. And we have lots more there. So make sure you guys check that out. And here comes the Viper, the legend killer and future legend and Hall of Famer, Randall Keith Orton. Dad says KO might be there and we don't even know it. He just might. He just might be there. I mean, I just assumed that it would make more sense to see him live because we haven't seen him live in quite some time and he hasn't been around to show his face. And there's been no Kevin Owens show up or lead up this whole time, and we know that Randy Orton and him are going to fight. So we need to see some kind of interaction before the weekend. Show me things I'll do to you. They talk to me. Randy's such a legend, bro. It's so great to see how this man's grown, and he's probably in the best shape of his life now, especially now that with the neck fusion and the surgeries and stuff like that. Never would have seen this coming. To have a whole nother run and reinvent yourself, so it's a blessing. We love to see it. Didn't Randy say he didn't like his theme song? I don't know how he couldn't. And here it comes. Here goes everyone's favorite nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Cody Raheem Rhodes, as the councilman put it the other day. Does anybody feel that adrenaline in their soul? I can't wait till this guy goes heel and breaks all your hearts. Out the curtain, lights come up, I'm home. Whoa, whoa, whoop-de-doo. Undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes is in the house, making his presence known on his way to joining his tag team partner in Randy Orton go against Gunther. Gunther will be his future opponent tomorrow for the Crown Jewel Championship, as announced by Triple H. They will not be getting the titles. They will be getting championship rings. Jeffrey says, honey, on the kickoff, they were singing Randy and Cody's song and Triple H and Uso's theme song for like the longest. It's like the new thing. It's the new thing now. I've been blasting and singing their theme songs for years. Yeah, Cody, hide that title. Because Randy got a staring problem with that title. Do it again. Another whoa. Another whoa. It's about to be a good night. Lou, good to see you. Says, I'm surprised so many fighting to So I'm surprised so many are fighting tomorrow or fighting today too. Well, this SmackDown was pre-recorded. So a lot of the everybody who's on the card and then who's in WWE for Crown Jewel is already there. This was pre-recorded last week. Oh, I'm way ahead of you. Sorry. I gotta stay current, man. I gotta stay current. I'm not a Cody hater. I am not a Cody hater. I'm just not a Cody crybaby. That's all. I'm a tribal chief lover, not a Cody hater. No, I can never hate Cody. There could be times where I can't stand him, but I'm not going to hate Cody. That's just ultimate disrespect. Anybody who says they hate Cody is just dumb because he's not a hateable guy. I just want him to turn heels. Like that's all. I just want to break the Cody crybabies' hearts. It's not so much about Cody; it's the crybabies. Already doing away with Kaiser like he's trash. Courtney says, Honey loves Cody. She does not like some of the crybabies that complains on social media. See? Thank you. My sister knows. My WWT sister knows. She be knowing. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh Jesus, getting ready for the holiday season already. My God. Where does the time go, guys? Where does the time go? I'm sorry, I'm yawning. I'm exhausted. I complained, but then realized the big picture. Listen, the big picture that everybody was supposed to understand was that beautiful Samoan bloodline tree picture. Okay. Nobody saw that big picture. Nobody saw that. Everybody just wanted, nah, nah, Cody's got to do it in WrestleMania. He's got to finish the story. I don't have the clip, so I couldn't play it, but Councilman said it better than I did. Cindy says, fun fact, IYO SKY is still the only woman who has a positive record against Bianca Belair, and it just got better if you count the women's fatal four-way tonight. Sorry I'm late. My internet decided to die. Well, I'm glad it is alive and well again. Yep, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve's coming quick. It's just like that, y'all. Like that. Like before we know it, we're gonna be watching Raw on Netflix. Literally gonna be watching Monday Night Raw on Netflix. It's crazy. It's wild, and I'm here for it. Who knows what wrestling is gonna look like next year? I don't even like. I'm just trying to get to War Games. This whole year, I've been trying to just get to War Games, and so far, it's shaping out to be exactly what I thought it would and what I want it to be. But yeah, EO is also 4-0 against Rhea Ripley. Talk about a Titan killer. Girl, listen, EO has been coming out with those silent killer wins. Silent killer wins. Shout outs to EO Sky. Hopefully less commercials. Absolutely. One can only freaking hope because I hate these commercials. It throws off it throws everything off, especially when I talk to you guys too, because it's just like, all right, well, don't want to look at the commercials. I don't really care for the commercials. So I spend a little extra time with you guys with some talking points in between. But commercial is done, and we are back to our main event with 8 minutes left of this matchup and the show. Please don't forget to stick around because we are going to do a quick post show going over the events of this evening for SmackDown. Oh, Cody almost trying to go for the cutter, and Kaiser was able to block it. Gunther with a kick to the face on Cody Rhodes. Of course, while the ref's not looking. Come on, little Nate. You've been doing this referee job for how long now? Like at some point, you just gotta like be like, they're doing this ref thing again. You can't blame the refs no more. Ludwig Kaiser tossing Cody to the corner. Gunther and Ludwig are pretty much taking it to Cody's. It's giving a lot of shades of their tag teaming days back in the day when they grew up in the wrestling business. And Gunther is just moving very slowly, wasting very little time on going in full for the attack. He's completely like stalking Cody Rhodes in a way, trying to be very intimidating. Cody's trying to reach for a tag, but you need to reach a little faster than that. Cindy also says IYO SKY is going to cause the big 3 breakup. I can feel it. She just keeps getting wins against Bianca and it pisses Jade off. I could see that. I mean, she is part of a group called Damage Control. But those are pretty crazy stats, so I would have to co-sign with cousin Ron there. Dad says Stardust. Please not Stardust, anything but Stardust. Because then I'll be like, no, absolutely not. Cody Crybabies wasted my time for a revision of Stardust. Me nor the councilman will have that kind of slander. We will not have that talk here. No Stardust. No yeet. Ludwig Kaiser taking control of this match has Cody Rhodes in a headlock, and Cody is trying to reach for Randy Orton. Crowd is rallying behind him. Can he get the tag to the Viper? Lou says these idiot referees are so blind. Why do they keep turning their backs to the center of the ring? Beats me, buddy. It beats me. Jeffrey says, I hated Stardust. Like, what is this? I actually didn't hate Stardust. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. Like, I'm not like I love my tribal chief, but I didn't hate it either. I actually preferred it. And I liked when he was able to have his run with his brother at some point. Like it was fun for its time, but Stardust was actually a very popular character. A lot of the kids loved Stardust. But he's so far beyond that now. He's so far beyond that. Ludwig Kaiser, Cody Rhodes, both men down. Randy Orton trying to rally up the crowd, trying to motivate some inspiration in Cody Rhodes to make the tag. Cody moving real slow. Ludwig Kaiser becoming aware of the situation. You should probably just go for your tag partner because Cody definitely made the tag to his. And here comes the Viper, Randy Orton, with a clothesline to Ludwig Kaiser. Another clothesline to Ludwig Kaiser. Oh, love when he does that. I love that power slam. Up, Ludwig finally with the tag to Gunther. And we got some Vintage Orton. Oh, Vintage Orton was interrupted by a chop from Gunther. Up, and there you go. Since you want to interrupt me, you get it then. Good for you, Randy. Got the Vintage Orton DDT off the ropes on Gunther. Just when Gunther thought he was the smart one. But it seems to me that Randy's hearing voices in his head. They're talking to him. Oh, tried to go for the RKO, but it didn't happen. Randy landed it really, really hard on the back of his head. Got to be careful. Cody Rhodes trying to rally everybody up to get behind Orton. Find some kind of way to come back in this match. Mr. Opinionated says, if Dustin Rhodes comes back to WWE, I hope he doesn't use the Goldust gimmick and bees himself natural. I would like that too. I wouldn't be mad at Goldust though, because Goldust is classic. Got that elbow. And Cody Cutter to Ludwig Kaiser from the top rope. And now I smell the Crossroads next. Cindy says, I'll never forget what Stardust did for that boy. That made me cry to this day, girl. To this very day. Up, interrupted by Gunther. RKO to Gunther. Good landing there, Randy. And here we go. Crossroads on Ludwig Kaiser for the win. We got 1, 2, 3. Cody and Randy with the win. Excellent job, guys. Lou says, I've seen the other reaction channels that use the audio. Why don't you? I think that's due to technical things and stuff like that. Want to make sure we don't get flagged for anything. So I just do pretty much play by play and rundowns. It's kind of already distracting enough trying to be able to listen to this and then also be able to engage with you guys. So, I mean, this is what works. This is what works for me. Cindy says, I thought Dustin could turn up at 40 to help Cody win, but obviously he's still not involved. And there goes Kevin Owens. I said it. He's not even supposed to be here. And look at him wearing a Dusty Rhodes shirt. How poetic. Gunther's choking out Cody Rhodes with a sleeper hold, and Kevin's just watching shamelessly and with no remorse. Not caring at all anymore. Jeffrey says the Booker T and Goldust tag team was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I think that was probably one of my favorite moments with Goldust. Cindy says those channels get away with it, not because they actually can. There's Kevin Owens. And this is the ending image that we have here. Gunther choking out Cody Rhodes. And that is that. Well, Jesus. We made it. Lord, we made it. And that was quite the anti-Cody Crybaby ending. Because I'm sure you Cody Crybabies are not happy about the way that transpired. But you know what? This tells me that Cody's probably going to come out on top tomorrow. But I did pick Gunther. I did pick Gunther. So I'm kind of at a crossroads. Get it? See what I did there? Yeah. Courtney says, how ironic, and thought SmackDown would end, but such a climax. Yeah. Why do I get the feeling that Kevin causes the Homelander arc? It could. He could. I think so. I think it would have to be a little bit deeper and more personal for that to happen, though. It has to be something way more personal. You can't just do it like just for the sake of, after Crown Jewel and, after he decided to, after Bad Blood, when he decided to team up with Roman for Bad Blood. RKO to Gunther. That's right, Jeffrey. You're behind. Time for Rampage for Mr. Opinionated. Yes, sir. But before that, I'm going to log off here and I'm going to see you on the other side at the post show. So please stick around. Do not go anywhere. Stay here with Women's Wrestling Talk. We are just ending our Honey Night SmackDown watch along and we're going to get into the post show next. So make sure you guys tune in. I appreciate you and I will see you in a minute.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.